Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I'm Sean. This is in the mix, episode 134 of our FC Isle of Man series. Happy Thursday, wherever in the world you might be watching from. Game Gone Mad, checked out the other episodes from earlier this week. Go and check them out. They'll introduce you to the squad, our top players, our targets of the season, our tactic, all that sort of great stuff. And if you haven't watched yesterday's one, we had two fantastic results that I'm hopeful we're going to carry on to this episode as well. We're not going to waste too much time though. We're going to jump straight in and see how we've gone. We've played a couple of games off screen, which will be important to the makeup of our season as well. So, as you guys can see, just above me here, we're currently sitting in 5th spot in the division. 11 games played, 7 wins, 1 draw, 3 defeats, plus 5 goal difference and 22 points, but it is incredibly tight still. We are only 5 points clear of 11th spot. Down where Tottenham is, of course, Manchester United, 11 games played, 10 wins, 1 draw. Away at their largest competitor, Chelsea. I just see them already walking away with the divisional title. And we did play them recently, of course, in yesterday's episode. 2 great results, a 2-1 win against Manchester City. I think the first time we actually beat them in a league match. And then a fantastic 4-1 win at home to Athletic Bilbao, our main rivals in Europa League Group F. We followed up with a 2-1 win against Leeds. They took an early lead from a set piece. We did manage to bring it back, Ortiz and Rivera getting the goals. We rotated quite heavily. Basically, our backup side played, and we won 4-1 against Middlesbrough. Scott Phillips finally started scoring again, which is fantastic. And then we had to travel up to Old Trafford. I thought we're going to go attacking. It's worked so far against Man City. It didn't do too terribly against Chelsea as well. But Manchester United, they're a different beast to every other side that we come up against, really. Lorenzo Bianconi, their number 10, scored twice. Both times he one was a penalty, and the other one he rounded the goalkeeper and pretty much dribbled it in just to be arrogant. And the toughest part is that he's not even playing in all of their games. They signed him 2 seasons ago. £145 million, and they barely played him last year. This year, he's kind of come into his own a little bit. You can see 5-star current and potential ability for him. He's very, very good. They also had this Lidio guy who hasn't played a tremendous amount for them. He was phenomenal as well, playing in the centre of the park. And then Moya, who they brought on, again, just a squad player, not someone that they're playing every week. He'd be starting in our lineup, and he scored a cracking free kick from distance. Just absolutely rifled into the top corner from about 40 yards. They're very, very good. I think there's going to be there's a version of different targets that we have each season. We want to try and finish top 7 this time, get Europa League football again. Then we want to try and make the jump up to Champions League and secure our spot in the Champions League. And then there's probably going to be a long-term view to eventually try and catch Manchester United once we are an established Champions League side, because they are just on another level to everybody else. We did have one other game, a 1-1 draw away from home at Athletic Bilbao, which actually works quite well for us in terms of the placings within the group. It drags Bilbao back to be closer to Rapid Vienna. Their game against each other in the next match day will be massive. And it puts us 3 points clear at the top of the group, even if we do drop points here or there. We are still undefeated, which is fantastic. And it sets us up kind of nicely in tomorrow's episode to finish off the week knowing who our knockout stage opponents will be if we get out of the group. Let's not panic and go too far, but we should definitely finish top 3, even in the very worst scenario. Today we are going to play Everton, João Moutinho's Everton side. He retired from Wolves. Oh, sorry, I immediately take that back. He left Wolves for Al Sadd in Qatar. Is that where they're from? Yes, in Qatar to finish his career. Played 2 seasons there before eventually retiring. He was manager of Santa Clara, which I believe is the 2nd division team for Benfica over in Portugal. By all means, correct me in the comment section if I've got that wrong. He then made the jump over to Swansea. Didn't do fantastically well at Swansea. It was only 4 seasons ago. He actually did end up getting relegated from the Championship. He then left to get promoted back up into the Championship with Bristol City. He did all right there. Made the playoffs, but was knocked out in the playoff final 2 seasons ago by the looks of things. Then he's made the jump to Everton, where he's been for the last 2 seasons. Now, they are similarly a side that has had quite a bit of investment throughout the course of the years that this database and save has been going on, but it doesn't look like they've kept the most of that side together. He got best national manager. What's that? Oh, it's the best Portuguese national manager, which is an interesting one. He only wins 37% of his games. We should be getting beyond a side like that. And then in our other fixture, we play against a Fulham team that we came up against quite a few different times at a championship level. They always had more cash than us. I think roles have finally reversed, and we're actually in a position where our squad's a little bit better. Player values are a little bit higher. Our transfer business has done a little bit better. But famous last words, I shouldn't jinx anything. We'll jump forward now. We'll have a look at the 2 lineups against Everton. So, as you guys can see from us, it's pretty close to a full-strength lineup. We still don't have Arnaud Henry. We're not going to force him back too early. He's back into light training, I think, and maybe it's potentially an outside chance to make the game against Fulham, but I really don't want to rush him. Leicester will continue in midfield as the one change. We're also giving Lua Barbosa a run in the side ahead of Osorio. Osorio just hasn't quite found his feet in England in his first season, which is fine. These things do happen. Sometimes it is a bit more of a longer progression. Lua Barbosa has done quite well and chipped in with a couple of goals over the last couple of weeks. Peacock's back in full fitness, which is huge for us as well. And Rivera starting his second season in the Premier League very well. 9 goals already in 16 appearances. Very good. Looking at the Everton side, they're playing a similar structure, a 4-2-3-1 with one defensive midfielder, it looks like. That man is Sanchez, their highest average rated player for the season. Another Colombian superstar. There's quite a few in this database at the moment. Looks like they picked him up directly from Atletico Nacional, where they sent him on loan for a year, and now he's been at Everton for the last 4 or 5 seasons. Still only 24, but he looks very, very good. Good technical attributes, okay mental stats, and good physical attributes. Most players in the Premier Division, to be honest, have good physical attributes just because of the level of conditioning. Over on the left wing, they've got Martin, is their top goal scorer, an English left-sided forward. Looks like he came through United's academy, then was at Benfica and Wolves for a little bit. Now made the jump over to Everton at 25 years of age. He looks solid, but not spectacular. Again, physically very good. Mental's nothing to write home about, and a couple of good technical spots, but nothing too crazy. And then over on the other side, they've got Nekmi, their Turkish right winger, who looks a little bit better. Maybe physically not as good, but technical ability seems to have a bit more, double figures. 16 crossing, one that we'll have to keep an eye of. He's been at Everton now for 9 seasons after joining from Galatasaray right at the start of the database. Their one holdout at the back, Bella Kochap, who looks like starts at VfL Bochum in the regular database. He's been at Chelsea, Aston Villa, Brighton, Bournemouth before playing at Barcelona for a couple of seasons and now joining Everton at the start of last year. Looks a decent ball-playing defender, but again, nothing that's jumping out at me is like as terrifying as the likes of Manchester United and Manchester City and Liverpool and some of their players. They've got a wide free kick though. Neshmi cuts it back to Huberts at the top of the box. Back to Neshmi again. Just stand him up, boys. Ortiz does well to close it down and recover possession. He can maybe send it down the channel here. Lua Barbosa's in an area. Said he's backing himself to kind of go on the dribble. Gets past one challenge, drags the defender now. Tries to get it towards back stick. It pinballs around. Leicester at the top of the box, find Lind. This is where we work the ball quite well, this little kind of midfield pairing. Both deep line playmakers, both happy to receive the ball in heavy traffic. Peacock gets in behind, good pass from Lua Barbosa, and Rivera finds the finish for his 10th goal of the season. I think it took him maybe like 25 games last year to score 10 goals. He's definitely taken his game up to another level. I think the fact that he's playing for the Mexican national side is helping him quite a bit as well. Barbosa with a lovely way to pass in there. Peacock peels off the shoulder, cuts it back across, and Rivera does get a big chunk of a deflection on it from the Everton defender, but I think it was probably going in regardless. And a good start from the boys. Does see us jump back up into the top 4 spots, which again is ahead of where we are aiming for this season. And it is a long way to go in the Premier League year, but still always good to see us getting off to a good start. Throwing now very deep on the left-hand side for Everton. Balls with Sanchez, who we highlighted in the build-up. Peacock now going the one-man press. And they're working it side to side at the back very intelligently. Don't overcommit. Don't need to have 2 guys go to the press. Moxon with the clearance, and it's flicked on, and Peacock's going to recover possession for us here. On halfway now, Lind looks to send Fontana on the overlap. Can he get a ball back into the box? Didn't have much support in there to aim for. Intelligently found Peacock and his ball into Rivera. Rivera is a man in excellent form at the moment. He's 11th of the year, and we're 2-0 up inside 20 minutes. It's nice to be on, like, you know, not the receiving end of being 2-0 down within 20 minutes. You can see all this background here. This is our new stadium, or new stand, getting sorted out. That whole left-hand side there, this whole end down the bottom here, both closed at the minute, which I think caps our attendance at like 10,000. We will probably have the lowest attendance, but maybe the most sellouts in the division itself. It'll be great once that's up and running. 30 minutes gone now. Deep free kick for Esteban to take. He's going to play it forward to Fontana. Doesn't look like Everton are trying too hard to press at all. Esteban now sends Peacock into the channel, and we've got a couple of men goal side if we can work the right ball. Instead, he goes to strike himself from the wide area, far beyond the far post. Didn't look like it was challenging the keeper at all. Got 10 minutes to go. We need to get creative. Let's see if we can't turn the screws a little bit. Get another goal just before half time. Looking around the league, it looks like Arsenal and Chelsea have both taken leads in their match, which pushes us back down to 5th. But that's fine. We are keeping pace with them for the moment. As half-time's called, 2-0 up, 8 shots, 4 on target, 54% possession for Isle of Man. Everton, 6 shots, 1 on target, 46% of the ball. I'm going to passionately say, very happy with the way things are going. Keep it up, lads. And everybody has responded positively, which is great. Got a corner early in the second half. Short one to Barbosa. Ball towards Rivera, who knocks it down very well for Esteban. And he rifles a shot, but it's a very good save from the keeper, who came out, made himself big. Ortiz will get another bite at the cherry from the corner. Again, short to Barbosa. Tries to cross it first time when really we just needed to try and work it around the top of the edge of the area there. Maybe Ortiz mixed it up now. Goes straight into the box. Instead he goes short again. Cuts it back now to Peacock. This is what I wanted from the last one, but it hasn't worked out. Peacock back to Ortiz. Have we got runners in the middle that we can find towards the back post? No, the highlight just comes to an end. What a useless highlight that was. All right, we're through the hour mark now, so we're going to hit pause. We're going to make some subs. We don't have any yellow cards, which is good for us. We're making kind of that improvement. as the season wears on. We are 2-0 up, so I'm going to bring on Osorio. Hopefully he can find some fitness against a tired defence. Then the other sub I might make is I might bring on Selahattin Berber, the Turkish right back, just for Fontana. Not that Fontana's played poorly, it's just to try and get some minutes in additional legs from players that haven't played that much. We use our Get Creative shout as well. If we can get a couple more goals, it's going to help our goal difference tremendously. We are only +7. Well, ball wide area from Nekmi now. Cassiano, I think it is, with a good header that clips the crossbar before Mancini saves and holds. If we get this out early on the right-hand side, no, it's gone now. The left back got back. But if we had to move that a bit quicker, maybe could have released Peacock down the right-hand side. Carlos Andre plays it out now. Now to Leicester. Back across to Lind. And Leicester again, ball over the top for Rivera. This might be his chance for the hat-trick. It's a good save from Moxon. And then Douglas scrambles it away for Everton. I mentioned a minute ago, but like +7 goal difference. You can already see like Arsenal at +18. United are on like +30 or something already. We do need to try and win our games by multiple goal margins just to keep up with those bigger sides in the division if it does come down to goal difference. We know it was tight last year. We know it probably will be again this season as well. Mancini with the ball now. Played all the way back to him. Now to Lind in midfield. Now Esteban works it out towards Peacock. His flick on header does well to find Rivera. He loses possession though. Sanchez recovers the ball for Everton and all the way back to Moxon, the keeper. Bella Kotchap out to the right-hand side now. We've got to recover and find our shape on this right-hand side. Thankfully, they've got no urgency in terms of moving the ball. And Ortiz has just been sent off. Straight red card for seemingly no reason. Didn't feel like that was coming at any point. What are we going to do here? We might... Lind is only at 69% condition, so we might take him out. Maybe we play Osorio a little bit deeper. I don't know what we should do here. So we might make Lind the sub. We'll bring on Elliot Blore on that left-hand side, just to still try and stretch their defence a little bit. And maybe we set Osorio to be an advanced playmaker on support, and Leicester as a deep-lying playmaker alongside him. We'll give that a go. We'll see how it goes. Got 15 minutes remaining. Surely we can get through it without conceding or causing too much stress. And we're in the last 10 minutes, so we might use a demand more shout as well, just to give everyone some focus through to full time. We've sent Artur into a corner. Not the Arthur they currently have, a different one. Sefkic. Oh no, I'm thinking of Bernardo. And Arthur is at Barcelona. Ignore what I'm saying, I'm talking shit. Ball, good reverse pass to Peacock. He's got a lot to do in this wide right area though. Does well to get a strike back on target, but those wide strikes, the keeper always seems to have their angles covered, and Moxon does well to save and hold. He's their best average rated player, 7.0 match rating for, I think, the England keeper, or one of the England keepers. So Lloyd Doyle from Man United is the starting goalkeeper, but I'm pretty sure he's one that's in there, Moxon. Peacock with the ball now on the right-hand side. That was the release I was talking about earlier. He seems to be getting in good positions early in transition. Finds Blore with a good switch. Now Leicester to Rivera. Back to Blore now again. Can he find the finish wide area? Good save again from Moxon. He's having an excellent game. Carlos Andre. Now Leicester. Now Mokhtar. If we had to go on long down the left, we did have an early release there for Blore. He's picked up the possession now and looks to cut inside. Sends Peacock on the right. What can he work in terms of balls back into the middle? Tries to cut it back. It's closed down well by the Everton defence. There's about 20 seconds remaining of additional time. Can we get a little icing on the cake, a little cherry on the sundae? Backstick ball towards Blore. Mokhtar's going to chase it down. Get the ball back in the box, lads. It's closed down by the Everton defence quite well. And then Nekmi runs it out of play. Surely that's it, though. You'd think the referee's about to blow the whistle at any point. Carlos Andre with the throw-in. Looks for Rivera in the channel. Get in the middle, Rivera. You're on a hat-trick. Andre, back to Leicester. The referee that time does call full time. So in the end, 10 men and a good 2-0 victory. 17 shots, 10 on target, 52% possession. 12 shots, 4 on target, 48% of the ball for Everton. I'm going to assertively say, very happy with the result and the way that you played. And it's a bit out of nowhere for Ortiz to get sent off with a straight red card. It'll be interesting to see what sort of ban he actually gets. Does see us move up into 4th spot. Aston Villa equalised at Arsenal, which helps us stay above them for the moment. But you can see, breathing right down on an X, Arsenal 1 point behind, City 2 points behind, Newcastle 3 points behind, Southampton and Tottenham only 5 points behind as well. It would take a very quick little poor spell of form or a poor run of games to drop quite far down the table. Pablo Rivera's double sees him get the Man of the Match award. I'll issue a warning to Ortiz. He's been not bad this season. And Rivera gets 100k if he gets 10 league goals this season, which is 2 away from at this point. We'll give him a bit of praise though. Passionately, superb in front of goal last time out, and he was, to be fair. It does mean Ortiz will probably miss the next game. Blore will come back in. What we might do is also try and get Arnaud Henry back on the bench. Maybe we have a little bit of an injury return in today's episode. Maybe try and get him like 10-15 minutes off the bench at the end. We do have a full international break to get through first though, so using the magic of editing, we're going to jump forward to the match against Fulham now. Alright, long 2 weeks. It took like forever. Thankfully for you guys, just looks like it was instantaneous jump forward 2 weeks. A couple of changes to the lineup. We're going to go with Mancini in goal, Mokhtar and Esteban as defensive partnership, Carlos Andre at left wing back, Fontana at right wing back, who is progressing quite nicely, the young Argentine. Lind Blanca midfield alongside Leicester. We will try and get Arnaud Henry out there at some point. Osorio will come back in at the 10 for Lua Barbosa. I think Lua Barbosa's last 5 games, he's averaging a 6.7, which kind of means that both number 10s are struggling a little bit. We might look at changing this role in January if we have cash on hand and if we can do it. Bloor comes in on the left wing for the suspended Ortiz. His ban was extended for another 2 games, so it looks like Bloor will get an extended little run in the team. Peacock on the right-hand side and Rivera leading the line up top. Fulham playing a very similar 4-2-3-1. They've only got 1 holdout from the original database. Miles Pert Harris, 32-year-old English midfielder. Looks like he starts at Chelsea's academy. At the very start of the database, he's had quite the career in the lower divisions. Wimbledon, Shrewsbury, Rochdale, Luton, QPR, Rotherham, Sheffield United, Bristol City, and now Fulham for the last 5 seasons. Really probably his last crack, I would guess, at like proper Premier Division football. And for the rest of the side, they don't have a leading scorer. They don't have a leading assist maker. No star player. It might be that they're taking us a little bit lightly and rotating. We're going to passionately tell everybody, beat the living piss out of them, because we need to boost our goal difference, and we also need to make sure that we keep up the pace with the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, those teams in and around the Champions League and Europa League spots. Wide free kick. It's first highlight going Fulham's way towards backstick. Mokhtar with a good header away. Tenino now out to Baldwin. Tries to get it back across, but it's going to fall to Tenino again. Backstick ball to Pacheco, and Fulham, against the run of play, they are down in 18th spot. They have struggled to score and struggled to win, but they have, not against the run of play, because we've only seen 1 highlight. This was it, and they scored from it. So I don't know why I'm saying that, but definitely against the form guide. Maybe that's a probably more intelligent way to analyse it. Pacheco with a good header, Baldwin with a good ball in. We were just slow with our reset, getting back out after that set piece. Not everyone went as one, and we pay the price for it. We've got a highlight here though. Fontana with a throw in on the right hand side, exchanges pass with Lind and then loses out. Lind should recover here in midfield, back to Esteban and all the way back to Mancini. Work it out to the left hand side, switch sides please. Flies Mokhtar now Carlos Andre. Now we can get forward a little bit more. Looks like they're scrambling to get their shape back. Beale closes him down. Good triangle work for Bloor. Sends the ball over the top towards Rivera, but Connolly, the keeper for Fulham, comes out and claims well. Kept it very tight. Doesn't look like they're trying to expand too much in possession. Pacheco, the goal scorer, with the flick on to Pert Harris. He's on the ball here again on the left-hand side. Just stand him up, boys. Don't do anything silly. Then with a challenge in, and then Nikolic clips the base of the post kind of out of nowhere. It was a knockdown ball from the striker, and a good strike, to be fair to him. Didn't have a whole lot of pace on it, but Mancini was scrambling. Not doing too well in the opening half an hour. We're going to drop back to positive, and we're also going to use the Get Creative shout. Let's see if that tactical tweak, playing a little bit deeper, makes it a bit easier for us to create some chances. We're having a whole lot of the ball, but no real highlights to speak of. Though there is a deep throw in here in Fulham's possession. Tenino at the base of midfield. Long ball forward, should get recovered well. Mokhtar now, all the way back to Mancini. This is the struggle when you play teams that just want to kind of sit deep against you. They don't really press that high at the pitch, and you've got to try and drag them out a little bit, which we seem to be doing now. Mancini with the ball, across to Mokhtar. Now they're starting to commit a couple of men forward to the press. Beale has actually won it back off Carlos Andre, which has been a recurring theme this season. He's lost the ball in quite a few different games that we've seen. 2 minutes to be added on at the end of the first half here, and we're through that now. So 5 shots, 3 on target, 37% possession, and a 1-0 lead for Fulham. But they've had all the highlights that we've seen. 3 shots, 1 on target, 63% of the ball for us. I'm going to go aggressive and say, show me something else, and then we might also switch back to our attacking structure just to push everyone a little bit further forward. We'll give it 15 minutes and then have a look at subs, fitness, all that sort of stuff. Deep free kick, first highlight of the second half. Ball again in possession of Fulham. Now out to Velasquez on the left-hand side. He's on a yellow card. He plays the ball back across to Tenino, who's just hanging out at the base of midfield. And Osorio's gone through him, and Osorio's going to get sent off. That's the second game in a row we've gone down to 10 men, seemingly for no reason at all. We're not on any super aggressive, get stuck in challenges. The press is okay. It's not super ridiculous. But at the moment, we're just really struggling with some of our discipline. Let's not wait for other results or the next 10 minutes to go past. Let's make some changes now. So we're going to take off Fontana for Berber just because he's struggling a little bit. We might make that the one change for now. We'll give it another 15 minutes and then we'll have a look at making another change and maybe one in the last 10 minutes as well. Do want to try and get Henry back out there at some point. Mancini in possession now. If we get this back to 1-1, maybe I will unleash Henry a little bit earlier. Carlos Andre back across to Leicester. Now Bloor. Hasn't had the best game. He was one of the players on one of the lower ratings that we've seen for the match. And a ball over the top here to Baldwin, who set up the first goal. Thankfully, Mancini does very well. Comes out, makes himself big, and pushes it around the corner. Ball in, across. Good header away from Mokhtar. Now Velasquez. Wide left area. Don't overcommit, boys. Good repass to Pacheco again. Salahatin wins the ball back. Sends up line for Peacock. Now what can we do on the counter-attack? He's probably our best dribbler and creator. Pert Harris tracks him well though and puts it out for the throw. Starting from a goal kick again, Mancini in possession. At least we've got the ball if you want to focus on a positive. Sella hit in, now Mancini. Still in possession, just waiting for him to commit. They seem quite content to drop off. We might have to adjust to positive in a moment here, just to get them to play a little bit higher up the pitch. Berber gives the ball away, and now's where they're looking to just effectively put the ball into the channel. Sella hit in, recovers well, and plays it forward to Peacock, who can go on a bit of a run. He's looked over the top to Rivera. He's 1v4, and he finds the finish. Excellent touch, and thank God we've got a striker in form at the moment, so that we can find good finishes for the half chances we create. We'll check out the ball here from Peacock. It puts it into the channel just in behind the defensive line. And then Rivera intelligently starts moving very early. And really it's this good touch here. Takes it not just around the defence, but away from the three defenders, around the keeper, gives him an angle to work with, and he side foots that one home into the back of the net. We might hit pause again, 10 minutes further down the track, and let's unleash Arnaud Henry. He'll come on for Gary Lester just because of that yellow card, and maybe he can jump back in and pull the strings. We just need him to get through 30 minutes. And if you can do that, we might be in a good position. We use our Get Creative shout as well. And I do have another thing up my sleeve, which we might do now. That last 10 minutes has gone very quickly. We're already out to the 71st. We're going to push the two wingers to play a little bit further forward on attack, just so they stay a little bit higher up the pitch. And then we might also tell the two wing backs to jump on support and get them a little bit higher up the pitch in transition as well. Work that 2v1 in the wide area. Once you use Get Creative, 15 minutes remaining. And we've immediately got a throw in on the right-hand side. Sella hits in, plays it to Lind and gets it back. Now Henry, first involvement from the Frenchman. Good ball to Bloor, who gets goal side, and he hits the crossbar before Velasquez scrambles it away for Fulham. Didn't have much of an angle to work with, did well to beat the keeper. Peacock's going to take the resulting corner now. It's towards back stick. Manelli with the header away for Fulham. Henry, back in possession, looks across to Lind. Now Mokhtar towards Peacock, but it's recovered by Fulham, and they look to send Baldwin down into the corner. Sella Hitin does very well to recover possession. All right, 10 minutes remain. We've got one more sub up our sleeve. What can we do here? Bloor struggling a little bit. We don't really have anyone we can bring on who's super ready to go. Maybe we play Winter as an inverted winger on that side. Maybe he's the last roll of the dice. We set our wing backs as well to go attacking. Passionately, let's say I have faith in you, get out there, make a difference, and then let's, last time of asking, we can really use our creative shout. It's available now. We've got a throw in left-hand side. Carlos Andre to take. Winter gets tackled, but Andre manages to recover possession. Now Winter looks to cut inside on his right foot. He goes to strike. It was wild. Never really looked like challenging the keeper. Maybe could have taken a deflection off defender. Set piece now for Fulham. Good header away from Mokhtar. Now Peacock's going to chase. Nikolic recovers for Fulham. Velasquez with the ball again. All the way back to Connolly. Don't overcommit. We don't need two men to go. They just chip it back over the top and we let them out a bit easy. Velasquez comes forward. Switch out towards the left. Good header from Carlos Andre. And Winter's going to recover possession. Got a couple of men streaming forward to support. He looks for Rivera. He's gotten goal side and he's just pulled back for offside. To be fair, he did look it in the build-up. All right, we're starting to turn the screws here. 5 minutes of additional time. Can we demand more or anything late on? Throw in on the right-hand side. Peacock back to Sella Hitin. Now Peacock again. Can he get the ball in the box? Tenino with a good tackle and clears it away for Fulham. And then Baldwin turns one man on halfway. I think it was Esteban. Good recovery run from Lynn. Slows him down. Lets the defence get back in shape. But then Baldwin with the wild drive from the edge of the area. I want to use a demand more shout if we can. Okay, we just got it in, but I think we're through the 5 minutes of additional time. And I'm going to be honest, it's 2 points lost, it feels like. 11 shots, 5 on target, 36% possession. It really took Osorio getting sent off to kind of kick us into gear a little bit in terms of highlights. We had 8 shots, 3 on target, and 64% of the ball. I'm going to say far from pleased, and everyone's at least responded positively, which is the best we can hope for. I don't really know what's going on with our form at the minute. Like, we're kind of becoming a really dirty team. A couple of red cards in a couple of games, and it does say it's dropped down to 6th spot. On 26 points. City go above us on goal difference. Newcastle 2 points behind us. United, Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal make up the current top 4. I should probably retain perspective and just be a little bit calmer, but it is a shame to be so close and then to have the points that you throw away be against a side that you really should be beating. Fulham do get out of the relegation zone with that point, but they're on negative 26 goal difference for the season. We should be scoring more against teams like that. Peacock got the man of the match award for his excellent assist, and Osorio gets a 1-match ban. I would say that's probably going to get extended. Tomorrow's Friday, so we will finish up the week, and I think what we're going to do is maybe play the game against Rapid Vienna as the first match. It's our final group game of the Europa League group stages, and then we might play Southampton, who of course were one of the better sides in the division last year, making Champions League football, but struggling down in 9th so far in 2034. That should also, if I'm reading the calendar correctly, should also allow us after the Southampton game to go and watch the knockout round draw for Europa League, which, fingers, toes, arms, eyes, ears crossed, we should be able to make it out of. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That's the portion that I appreciate the most. If you wanted to support the channel that little bit more, go that extra mile for the content, you can drop a like on this video. It helps us get higher in YouTube search results when people look for Football Manager content. Or you can subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on all of our future videos as they continue to release Monday to Friday, all the way up to the release of FM21. But like I said at the start, I just appreciate you guys watching. As always, I've been Sean. I'll see you all again in the mixer.